Hello, nieces and nephews. This is your Uncle Bill, and welcome to week 16, year 2020. And I probably got clipped. So let's start it again. Hello there, nieces and nephews. This is your Uncle Bill. Welcome to week 16, year 2020. This is camp week. And why Uncle Bill? Because we cook, we camp, we create, we critique, and we climb. Climb is metaphorical for physical activity. Last week was cook week. I was cooking away with my air fryer. It was a lot of fun. I cooked everything. I cooked lasagna last night. That was not out of the air fryer. That was actually a lot of fun because I made my own sausage for the first time. If anybody wants to talk sausage sometime about making sausage, I made mine with chicken meat in a grinder, and it was fun to have your own, control your own salt intake. And I have somebody here. Oh, hey, Andrew and Bridget. Yay, we have a team here. And this is camping week. Are you guys up for critiques or me going out camping again? Although it's more popular for some reason for me to make a fire, because we all love fires out there. And Andrew, we can talk about anything. I'm going to show you guys 5 crazy things that I brought here today, because that's what Uncle Bill does. He brings 5 crazy things that you might not have seen each time to the Uncle Bill Live. And this is the advantage of coming to Uncle Bill Live. This is great for camping. This is my Wellax camping pillow. And I'll show you something interesting about it. First off, it came with, so I got 6 things actually. I haven't worn them yet. These are blinders so that you can cut out the light coming into your tent and into your eyes, obviously. Not really into your tent, because that's still going to come in anyways. And this is a nice little carrying pouch that it came with. This is actually my second Wellax pillow. And it just blows up with 2 breaths of air. And the way to deflate it is this little valve right here. You take it and you press on it, and then you just push down, smush it up, smush it up, smush it up. And then you just keep on smushing until it'll fit in the bag. That's that one. All right, so there's one thing, interesting thing. Another thing that you need while traveling is a travel toiletry kit. This one is by Well Traveled, and this one has been well traveled. I got this one on Amazon. I use it to carry, first, what do we have in here, speaking of which? Uncle Bill's mini tool kit. Then we have Uncle Bill's, do you know what that is? Anybody know? Anyone want to venture to guess? These were really popular about 10 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago. Can't remember how old that one is. But that actually is, I don't see anybody guessing it. It is a deodorant crystal. You can put that in your shoes, or you can roll it under your wet armpit. Then I put my electric razor in here. And this actually will fit my electric toothbrush. So there we have a travel toiletry kit. And I forgot to, oh yeah, it's over here. We always need some cord. And one thing that's really nice to have is a book on knots. Why? This one's a pretty good one. And in here, I'll show you the reason why. Actually, on the cover, they show you the reason why. When they use two ropes, they'll have different colors for each one. So you can see that. And like this one here is just that knot right there should be just one rope. Sometimes it's not, but it makes it a lot easier to follow. So a book on knots. This one is the Moro Guide. It's a really good one. Highly recommended. Now, if we get in trouble, we're going to want to call for help. Nowadays, you just call on your cell phone, but in the olden days, you had to have a whistle. It helps to have a whistle now, too, because they can get close to you, but they can't find you totally with GPS. And by the way, GPS on a phone is not true GPS. So just an FYI. This, anybody want to guess what this is? It's got a little abrasive thing over here. It looks nice. Oh, thank you. All right. Nobody's guessed what this is. This is a patch stick. You take it and you heat it with your lighter. This will get all gooey, and then whatever you're patching, usually a rip in your pants or a hole in your shoe, you patch with this thing. This thing was great. Believe it or not, this one's, this one's older than any of my kids because I had this when I was about 17 years old, and it's still flexible quality. Something that, all right, let's see. We've covered almost everything. All right, time for another guess. Anybody want to guess what this is? All right, come on, Andrew. Come on, Bridget, you can guess. This is a money clip for carrying money because you never know when you have to deal with the natives. And last but not least, because Uncle Bill has an extensive knife collection, this is not a knife, but it's just an inexpensive multi-tool. I think I paid less than $15 for this on Amazon. Comes with little bits. You can get them cheap. And anything that has a little pliers is always nice to have when you're camping, because you take this and you need to pull something out of the fire. It's nice to have a little pair of pliers. Although my friend Matt, he will pull it out of the fires with his bare hands. No, actually what he does is he'll carve something with his knife and have it so that he can pull it out of the fire. Yes, very handy things to have around for camping. These are all the camping things that I have out of Uncle Bill's crazy 5 things to share with you today. Fun to bring also is your Kindle so that you have books to read. There's over 500 books on this thing. I love Kindles. And Andrew, did you get the YouTube formula yet, by the way? Speaking of reading. Anybody got any questions on cooking, camping? The tables are open. Our lines are open. Operators are standing by. Oh, you did get it. Cool. Although I don't know. What are we talking about? All right. I'm going to enter into chat too. Oh, you notice, anybody noticed my new green light back there? I put some tissue over the light so it doesn't get all, and my monkeys, 1, 2, 3. I got one behind my head over here, right there. Interesting background. Most of it's out of focus. Andrew, I have started using TubeBuddy, and I finally made the call because the light went off in Uncle Bill's head. Because, as you know, Andrew, you might not know it. Bridget knows it. Uncle Bill is thrifty, although Bridget might use a different word for that. But at the same time, I'm generous. Now, with TubeBuddy, I did an analysis, and I started to think, when I get over 1,000 subscribers, all of a sudden it's going to cost more for this pro level of TubeBuddy. And so I paid to get the pro level, and I think that's the pro level, but yeah, they have the basic pro, and then they have the super Cadillac version. Well, I paid for both my channels, and by the way, I'm curious what you guys think today is as far as the best time to release the new channel. But yes, long answer to a short question. Uncle Bill uses TubeBuddy. I paid for the paid version, although I did not take enough time. And this is all of the comparison. You can find this on the TubeBuddy site. And what I'm doing here is I'm going down now and checking out all of the things that I have access to so that I know how to use them. Because the truth is I haven't even checked to make sure I know how to use all the stuff available in the free version. I got impatient and I decided, well, I'll pay for it. Oh, and the other part of the story is they told me, well, if you pay for it now, your rate won't go up after you hit 1,000 subscribers. And I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of cool. And not only that, they told me my renewal rate will still be at the rate that I'm at now. You get what I'm saying? So I should, if I stay at pro, and they're anticipating that I'm going to go higher, and I'm already seeing that there is value in going all the way to the super Cadillac version, because my version will not allow me to take, I don't know if they do the descriptions automatically, but there's a way that they can automatically convert your, oh, do I have the other thing I printed out? Because I did print it out. There is a thing that Amazon gives you. Amazon, not Amazon, I'm sorry.
I'm really good. Oops. I meant to say I'm really good.
And she's talking to us.
Too many tongue twisters.
Because I haven't turned her off. So she won't interfere with us anymore. Hey, Shonda, you here? Great. Good to see you. I didn't, I don't see you in there because I didn't have my setup for my thing right yet. Shonda, I've been using the living tar out of my air fryer. And if you guys don't mind half a second here, I am going to. So, Andrew, have you loaded TubeBuddy on your system yet by any chance? And what level do you use? And Shonda, TubeBuddy, I do recommend it. Get the free version first, knock the tires off of it, and see how you like it. Pop out chat. What you do is you pop out chat, and then you copy the URL, and then you pop your chat back in, and then you open up a new window, and you put the chat window in there, and then you can do your participants so that you know who's here and who isn't here. And Shonda, I see you. I'm so sorry I didn't see you coming in because I didn't have this set up right yet. And I hope that you're having a great week. And what did you think of the video Friday? I hope you liked it. Everybody likes waffles. I don't know if I could figure out a way to make a vegan version of waffles, but given time, I could probably figure it out. How would you make a vegan version of waffles, Shonda, in the air fryer? Oh, well, I'm doing great, Shonda. And we finished up the cooking week. I was playing so much with the air fryer that I didn't, well, not playing with it. I also did shoot a lot of video, but I only ended up editing one last week. I had grandeur of doing a lot more. And I'm going to put it to a vote for all of you out there. This is something that you all have heard about, but this week I'm going to make it official. I have the background done for it. I have one video in the can, which won't take much editing, but this week, Thumbnail Hacks, an official website called Thumbnail Hacks, which I have earmarked on YouTube, will come out. Now, do you want to see it today, tomorrow, the day after? So you have a vote, Monday through Sunday. Which one do you want? And operators are standing by. I haven't seen it. It's been so long since flaxseed in place of eggs, and everything else is the same. Now, I guess with the flaxseed, I would take the flaxseed and then put them through the Vitamix so that they get all nice and mixed up. And I'll have to figure out how to do the flaxseed instead of eggs. And instead of milk, or would I use milk or coconut milk or something like that? Because there also is milk in the recipe. Yes, I only learned about SEO yesterday, ranking at 9. Yes, Andrew, there. And also, I had a friend of mine that I tried to hook up with you the other day, or actually get his interest, but he is a blogger, and he's actually my girlfriend's brother, and I'm mostly interested in blogging, though. But he is a chef, and I was thinking that it would be mutually beneficial that he could interview you on a podcast and see where it goes. So it might help you, might help him. Who knows? Because he's thinking about going on to YouTube, except I don't think he realizes that it's a little bit more difficult than he thinks it is. Sunday's drinks and give some more time to do, right? Yes, grind up the flaxseed or mix it in liquid in a blender. That's what I was going to plan on doing, was do it in the Vitamixer with some liquid and blend it up. I made it's not vegan, obviously, but I made lasagna yesterday, and I did that thing from scratch, everything. Not only did I make the lasagna, but because my girlfriend, she doesn't eat pork, and I felt like getting some use out of my meat grinder, because unfortunately Frankie's not around to be eating cat food. So I actually made chicken sausage yesterday. It was quite an adventure, and it worked. Yay. Next time, maybe I'll do the same thing, except use tofu and run tofu through the grinder to get the texture, and then add the seasoning so that I get a vegetarian sausage. Tofu is vegetarian, right? So anybody got, all right, let me see. I'm going to put in for, let's see, Thursday lunch. All those, whoops, I can't even write right now. Those in favor for today. Delete. What does tofu taste like? Andrew, tofu has a nondescript taste. It really, if you eat it without any seasoning, it just kind of, well, it's not like lobster, because lobster, everybody has a taste for lobster, but most people, what they taste with lobster, it's not the lobster, it's the butter. So the reason why I said it's kind of like lobster is because tofu will take on the flavor of whatever you put on it. If you put soy sauce on it, for example, it will have a nice soy flavor. One of the things, I haven't made crispy tofu in the air fryer, and I have a recipe for that. And I also have a pound of, well, not a pound, I think it's 12 ounces of tofu, which are just aching to be air fried. I've air fried just about everything in the last couple of, well, last week, because I've owned the air fryer now for just about a week. I think I got it on set. I did. I got it. Didn't I get it last live? I can't remember. I got something in the no, I got it during the weekend, and I got one of the attachments for it last week. Tofu is a lot of fun. There actually is a cookbook all about tofu. If you want me to go grab it, it's called Tofu Goes West. As a matter of fact, everybody talk between yourselves because we like to do crazy things here. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get Tofu Goes West and show you the fun stuff about it. I still haven't been able to really cook tofu the way Peggy cooks tofu. Aunt Peggy is really good at cooking tofu. I don't know if this book is in print anymore, but here is Tofu Goes West. Isn't that cute? I love that. I love cookbooks. I'm kicking myself. I can't believe I got rid of so many cookbooks. But if you know anybody that's going through cancer therapy, and they all of a sudden get, there's two things that you do during cancer. You do it, well, more than two, but you do anything you can to feel better. So Uncle Bill, I did purge and buy at the same time because I did shop therapy, which was getting my YouTube studio up. But at the same time, I got rid of books, which was very idiotic. So recommend to them, if you know somebody, to instead of purging, to put it in the garage, put it somewhere out of the way so that when they have the urge to go back and unpurge, they have all their stuff still. Here is the recipe for tofu casserole. This thing is cool. Let me see. I'm covering up some of it, aren't I? I will hold this and wait until we get in focus. That looks like it's in focus, sort of. And there's the whole recipe. Tofu, cheesy casserole, and it's very delicious. And Uncle Bill has never been able to make it delicious, though. Peggy makes it delicious. I don't make it delicious. Takes a while before you get to the point. And yes, Shonda, I haven't gotten to the green drink level of life yet. I need to get back into doing smoothies. I'm very guilty. Although I'm really good at doing the banana peanut butter. What's the other stuff? The Ensure smoothies. All right, let's see. I have a video, but haven't been able to get it created. Well, what do you mean you have a video that haven't been able to get created? Now we're all curious, Shonda. Do tell. Yes, green smoothies are great. Yes, they are. Just throw some spinach in there. You won't even taste it. As a matter of fact, I have done that, but I haven't thrown in enough to make it green yet. So I need to work on that. And another thing that I do is I get these big things of organic. I wish they would package them differently because there's all sorts of plastic, but at least it's organic spinach, and I get a spinach mix. And then after about a week, and I haven't eaten all the thing in the thing, I'll put it in a soup or something like that. But I need to start doing it as a smoothie. So I'm guessing take a banana, take some spinach and ice and maybe an apple. Is that a good start? And what other things would you throw into your smoothie? Man, I need some of this. Pat Flynn recommends Entertainer's Secret. It's his secret, my secret, and now I'm going to give it to you. Although I have found that hard candy works better, but the thing is, this is quicker. And I almost missed. Hope you don't mind. I should have asked or gone off camera. All right. I have a video, haven't to get it created. Is the video about smoothies or about your air fryer? I forgot. You have the air fryer lid to the Instapot, right? If I remember correctly. That's above a lasagna video using tofu ricotta. Oh yeah, I could do that. I did get a great dish the other day. If you guys want to see it, it's available at Walmart. Uncle, put greens into the freezer so that they won't go bad. Yeah, I do that. I do put the greens into the freezer, and it's really cool how you don't even have to put water on them. I just take them, put them in there, and they get all nice and like, well, you know how they get. It's funny, and you can almost you can take them out and then chomp on them if you want to. Instafryer air fryer. Now, one thing that I saw a review, Shonda, and just a little heads up, is I don't think that well, beware of long cook times for the air fryer on the Instapot. I read a review where a guy fried out his controls on his Instapot because the air fryer got up to such, it raises the temperature of the Instapot. And if I was an engineer designing the Instapot and I didn't know about the air fryer, I would have designed it to a maximum of 300 degrees, maybe 350. But air fryers go up to 400 and a little bit higher. So that might affect the electronics. So just be forewarned. Do you freeze herbs? Yeah, you can freeze them. And the cool thing, Andrew, about living in California is with rosemary, rosemary out here will actually grow bush form. I mean, it'll take over your yard. It's such a plentiful herb once you grow it. And people actually use it for hedges out here. Yeah, 20 minute a time is perfect. And yes, the default is 400, but you can knock down the temperature. Just at least I think I'm pretty sure you can on the Instapot fryer lid. Just not that I'm going to tell anybody how to cook. Just tell them how to cook Uncle Bill's fashion. And I have 90% of the time been using my air fryer on whatchamacallit, automatic, like you said, we're letting it just pick the temperature for me. I did a really interesting thing the other day, and you could probably do the same thing using tofu. And maybe that's what I'll do when I do my tofu, crispy tofu, is I took my French fries and I put them in the bottom on the lowest level, and then I have a grate which holds up above the fries, and then I put a piece of a chicken thigh there, but I could put tofu there too. You can actually, in the 4.5 liter size air fryer, standard air fryer, I didn't get the lid. I got it cost me, let's see, when all is said and done, it was actually the same cost as buying the lid for me to buy a whole up air fryer. And that way I could actually use both the Instapot and my air fryer at the same time. So I did the math. I said, what if I ever get a bunch of people here and I want to cook for them again? The answer was simple. Get the air fryer. Plus, it was a new toy. Benji Travis. Who's Benji? Oh, has good green smoothie recipe. Bridget, Shonda has some amazing. You got to check out Shonda Cooks, right? Shonda, no, healthy smoothies. I have subscribed to her channel, and you ought to subscribe. Shonda, Bridget is my daughter, although you've been here before when she's been here, so that's all right. So does everybody want me to release thumbnail hacks today or on Thursday? And does everybody know what thumbnail hacks is going to be? Thursday. Bridget's up for Thursday. There's one Thursday. There's 2 Thursdays because I voted for Thursday. And Andrew and Shonda, you can make it a tie if you want. Then we'll flip a coin. Oh, I got a real good one for both Andrew and Shonda. Yes, I found this combo at the grocery store for $100. 8 quart. I have to confess, I already had 2 6-quart Instafat when I purchased it. So you actually have an 8-quart Instapot lid with, Instapot. Wow. So you got 2 6-quart Instapots and 1 8-quart Instapot combo deal with lid that you got it for $100. That is amazing. That's great. All right. And tenting. I guess I should talk about camping this week. I'm leaning towards either doing fire. Maybe I'll cook something over a fire. 8-quart combo deal for, oh my God, that is amazing. On Amazon, I wasn't going to get a lid alone was going to cost me close to $100 because after you add in the tax, it would have been over. I like Instapot too, but I also like my traditional pressure cooker because I don't know, I like cooking over a fire. Maybe it's the caveman in me. Fire video sounds good. Yep. And we'll go until the bottom of the hour. And this is questions. Oh, I forgot my story. I was having trouble with lip syncing on videos. And I always have thought that I'm really pretty good at computers, and I am pretty good at computers. I mean, I got a master's degree in executive computer management, MBA, and what I finally figured out, because it happened again, I get a glitch when I edit in 4K, and I'm like going, there's got to be something here more than just this. I mean, I even went to the bother of going, and I thought that it was RAM related. And then I remember you only go as fast as your slowest link. So I figured, oh, it's got to be my video card. Maybe my video card isn't doing it. Nope. I looked at my video card. It should be able to do 4K. It doesn't say 4K, but it gives you the specs of 4K. And then I went to my monitor, and my monitor will only do up to full HD. On 4K, it does its best. It tries really hard. As a matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, I'll actually be able to stream a 4K video, but it'll start glitching after a while. So here I was thinking that I had a lip sync problem, and it was my monitor, I think. I mean, I haven't gotten around to replacing the monitor yet, because a 4K monitor, 24-inch, is going to cost me between $150 to about $300, depending on how much I want to spend for it. And I don't really see the need for it yet. I'd like to start uploading back again at 4K, but I'm not going to upload something that I can't check to make sure that there aren't any big errors in. But I thought it was funny because, here I am all the time. I blame my computer. I blame my editor, my video editor. I blamed it. Although Shotcut Pro did do a great job. And as a matter of fact, there must be something magical about Shotcut Pro, because it actually would show and visualize 4K videos. As a matter of fact, I might start using Shotcut Pro that might be my workaround, actually. I'm going to try that, come to think of it. I'm going to open up Shotcut Pro and then drag a 4K video in and see if I can view it without having any problems. I hope this. All right, traditional one. No. Fire sounds good. I have a traditional one, but I haven't used it in so long. I cook grains and soups, mostly in my Instapot. Yeah, that's, and the Instapots are great. It's just that in California here, we pay a ton for electric, and I'm just kind of curious what it's going to do. So what I did this month was, after getting my air fryer, I'm using it like crazy so I can see how much it impacts on my energy bill. Because that's what it all, how much you're paying out to cook all your food is where it's at. My mouth's extremely dry today for some reason. I know why it is, but that reason is the same every time. Well, you'd probably know. I mean, if you're paying for electric where you're at, I mean, you would notice whether it's a big expense or not. It's just, for me, gas cooking has always been a little less. But with the Instapot, and especially with your 8-quart Instapot, you can do a lot of beans in one of those. So, yeah. And the Instapots are fast. That's one of the real nice things about them. And the other nice thing about them is they're kind of set and forget. just like our air fryers are set and forget. By the way, how's the sound? Because I'm using a Movo mic up here instead of a microphone down here, because that way I don't have things in my way. Burn things because I get distracted. Instapot to the rescue. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, speaking of burning things, it was so funny yesterday. When I did the chicken sausage, I also had to fillet a bunch of chicken thighs because I use chicken thigh meat. So here I have all these bones, and thank God I put it on low because I was like, okay, I left it overnight on low, just simmering away. And luckily it didn't burn overnight. It was actually on one of my simmer burners. And it's kind of funny too. Have you noticed the way they design stoves is backwards? I think that the simmer burner, or actually, I think that stove should be reconfigurable so you could move the burner according to the way you cook. Because I cooked a lot of my food over a simmer burner instead of the bigger. Oh, that's kind of interesting. It just showed my live thing up in the. Oh, learned something new. Well, and the new thing is that YouTube, for some reason, all of a sudden flashed up that I was live and how many people were in the room, because I use the YouTube software. I don't use StreamYard, use any of the other ones. I just use YouTube. But with your bigger burners, like I have a 10,000 BTU burner that has it's about this big around the jets. And with a smaller pot, all that